The new project dialog is designed for easy creation of new Violet projects. All of your project types are listed at the beginning of the dialog. Simply select a new project type, then click Create, and the dialog expands with additional pre-configuration options. For example, the screen capture project allows you to choose your capture area, then set additional settings. You can also choose and edit a capture profile as needed. Once you make these settings, swap over to the Options tab and decide what style sheet you want to apply to your new project as it's created. Once you make these settings, simply click OK, record your session, and then when your session ends, all of the pre-configuration options as well as the recording session screenshots will be converted to project slides. Additionally, you have the option to capture using the video capture mode. This particular video mode will also allow you to record sound while doing your capture. Set your recording options for voice narration, including the new stereo setting. Once you have all these settings configured, click OK, swap over again to the Options tab, determine what style sheet you want to have applied, click OK, do your recording. Once your session ends, your new project will be created. The image project allows you to go ahead and select from a series of images. Once you select your images, they'll be loaded in a list over here. Then you can go through your images and preview them over here on the right. If you don't want to have this preview pane in view, simply collapse it or expand it as needed. You can go through your list and determine what images you do want to use or simply delete those that you don't want to include. And again, go through the different pre-configuration options available in the various tabs for such things as slide size, navigational elements such as slide duration, and style sheet options that will be applied to the new project. As well as for this project type, you can set up a default slide transition as well. Once you go through all of these options, you can then go ahead and click OK, and your new project will be generated. Now, for those of you that are trainers, you might want to take advantage of the PowerPoint project type. You can go ahead and choose your training PowerPoint file, have it load within the new project dialog here. You can preview all of your PowerPoint slides, and then again just go through the different pre-configuration tabs to set your slide size, navigational elements. Maybe you want to add a pause onto all of your slides so you can manually progress through the training with your students, as well as additional options. Your default style sheet maybe you want to have applied for the new project, as well as slide transitions. Again, once you set up all these pre-configuration options and you have your PowerPoint file loaded, simply click OK to generate your new project. Another option available is the question project. This will allow you to build a question project and have all of its elements set up right within the new project dialog. However, you can set up as little or as much of this project as you want and then do the rest while you're editing. For example, we can add a question along the main timeline. Maybe we'll go ahead and set up a multiple choice, fill in the blanks, and say, please provide the following, and set the scoring mode as a survey so that we can get additional information from our viewers, such as their name, their email address, and so on. And then it easily adds it along the main timeline. You might also want to take advantage of the new question randomization features available in your Violet authoring application, such as the ability to add question banks. Maybe we'll call this one Chapter 1 Quizzes, and set the scoring mode for scored slides within the bank, and click OK. And then maybe I want to have a different bank that has just survey questions, since I can't mix scoring modes within a bank. It's easily done right here. I just add another bank and call this one maybe feedback. Set the scoring mode to what I need, click OK, and it adds it to the list here. Again, I can create as many elements for my question project as I want right here up front in the new project dialog, or as few. Maybe I want to go ahead and populate these banks right here. I can simply select the bank, add a question, and choose it from the list. and then have it added directly to the bank. Again, I can add one, maybe I want to add another one. I can add as few or as many as I want. So I've populated some here in this example in my quiz or my scored question bank. I can also go ahead and start adding some assessment questions, non-scored survey questions. So maybe I want to do that right now as well. I'll go ahead and just add a Likert scale and say, rate your experience. And again, it adds it easily to the bank. So you get the idea. Another element that you can set up right here in the new project dialog for this particular question project type is the random question slide that will allow you to pull randomly from a bank of questions each time the viewer watches the viewer or the viewlet is played out. I can do that right here as well. I simply select the main timeline and then go down the list, add my random question, decide what bank I want to choose to pull from, how many questions I want to pull, click OK, and the random questions are added to the list right here. Once I've made all of my selections and set up all my questions here, again, as little or as much as I want to do, and then I can do the rest while I'm editing the project, I simply go through the rest of the pre-configuration tabs such as setting up my slide size and my additional options. Here it'll allow me to set up what style sheet I want to have applied to my new project when it's created. Again, once all of these are set, simply click OK to generate the project. And finally, we know that we have a lot of Viewlet authors that want total control over their new Viewlet project. So even though you have the flexibility to start with one project type, and then while you're working on your project, insert slides that are based upon these other project types and mix and match them within your project, if that's not for you, we give you the ability to start from scratch using the blank project option here. Simply click create and then choose the number of slides you want to start with, and then choose in the options tab again what style sheet you want to have applied to your new project type. Click OK and it will create your new project based upon those settings. So to sum it all up, the new project dialog has been designed to help you easily create new Viewlet projects with a lot of pre-project creation configurations that can be done right up front in the new project dialog, and then if you need to edit while you're modifying your project.